this is a PowerPoint on Questlines failure. It's no surprise that people really hated United and Stormwind. Starting off with the final showdown. This one was incredibly good in both Standard and Wild. Still Wild, of course, with the most recent nerf to Gaslight Gatekeeper has fallen off, but it's still a playable deck. It brought Il'gynoth to its second World Championship, and it was very, very strong for a long time while it was playable with Il'gynoth. Then you have Lost in the Park. This quest line was very, very toxic for a long time in Wild. You could play it in Odd quest line, which was actually very good on release. Then it got a lot better with Yogg coming out and Rake being printed. It's so incredibly powerful during this time. One of the reasons why Yogg was nerfed as well as Rake. And then it's fallen off significantly since, but there is always a world where we get more attack synergy cards. It will come back. Defend the Dwarven District is easily the best Hunter deck we've ever had in Wild, bar none. It is significantly better than anything else the cast has ever had access to. And Odd Questline Hunter specifically was so powerful that it genuinely warped the meta of the game. It got Rapid Fire and the quest itself nerfed, and it's still kind of okay in Wild today. It's not good by any means, but you can play it. Sorcerer's Gambit was very, very good in Standard. Did not really exist in Wild, to be honest, but it was very strong. It caused Incanter's Flow to get its second nerf, and it just dominated the format. When I played Collegiate, it was a big, big, big thing that we were actually able to play this deck properly, and it won us so many games. Then, of course, Rise to the Occasion, easily the worst questline by far. I mean, it's just not even close how bad this questline is. It's so terrible. Just play Baku. Play Odd Paladin instead. Seek Guidance, you would not really do anything. The quest reward was to eventually you would get a 10-mana spell that would win the game, and people like Zeddy and other YouTubers went fucking crazy over this card, calling it the most broken card they've ever seen, yada yada. It was horrible. It's terrible in Standard, terrible in Wild to this day, literally unplayable by definition. Just terrible, terrible card. I can't even think of any cards that go well with it because it's just so bad and nothing ever was standout iconic with it. Find the Imposter was actually quite good after a lot of the other quest lines got nerfed in Standard. You would play SI7 Rogue, and then you would get you'd play down the 7-mana or 5-mana 7/7 reward of Scabs. You would give it Stealth, so as a 6-mana 2/9 with Stealth, and then because Battlegrounds Battlemaster had always also come out during United and Stormwind, you would have Wind Fury. It dealt a lot of damage. You could pressure your opponent very well with this, and it was pretty decent into the lower power level quest lines after they had been nerfed. This is one of my favorite quest lines personally. A lot of people wish that we'd get more SI7 sports so this could be playable in Wild. Command the Elements. This one is really interesting because it was quite good in Wild at many different points, even after its nerfs, even after cards that use nerfs. And there is one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time is a Dane video where he uses this card to get as high overload as possible using things like Elemental Destruction before it was buffed, and Overdraft to deal as much damage to his opponent as possible. If you want to find that video, you can probably find it online. I don't know what it's called, so I don't have time to add it to this, but it's a very good video. You should go and watch it. The Demon Seed. Demon Seed is easily the single most nerfed card, single most, because it's been nerfed 3 times itself, but it has also gotten many other cards nerfed. It got Dark Lair nerfed, it got Stealer of Souls nerfed in Standard, it got things like Flesh Giants nerfed. It's so incredibly powerful. It's one of the first ever banned cards in Wild. It's the second one to be literal. It's just so dominant. This actually made multiple players quit the game in United and Stormwind. It's one of the biggest reasons why people hated United and Stormwind. Playing against this at a high level of collegiate format was so utterly abysmal that I actually stopped playing the game for 3 expansions just out of the burnout playing against this card alone. Raid the Docks. Raid the Docks was really good for a long time in Wild. It actually dominated utterly lower level formats like Gold and below. Just unplayable the amount of people that would play this deck and get ruined by it. It caused a lot of other pirates to get nerfed, such as Bloodsail Deckhand. It was very, very good. It's never going to get reverted because of that fear again. And the fact that it's been nerfed so many times means that there is no reason to play this if you wanted to play a Pirate Warrior. It's just so bad, and losing your turn 1 nowadays is actually not worth it because of how bad the quest itself is. In conclusion, never again print quest lines. They were such an utter failure for Blizzard. The power level was terrible. It actually warped and ruined the game, and people quit over them. That being said, if you tell me what you think down below, like, comment, subscribe. Did you enjoy the quest lines? I know I fucking didn't. And I'll see you guys next time. God, I hate quest lines.
Alright, repeat after me.
Subscribe.
Repeat after me. Repeat after me.
Subscribe.